Hi, my name is Erin. I'm here with Knovva Academy, and I am interviewing Florence today. Florence is here on her third Model G20 Summit, and so she's going to give you a little bit of a recap as well as her experience there. How's it going today, Florence?
I'm great. How are you, Erin?
Oh, very well, thank you. I appreciate that. So could you please tell me what country you're from and what country you represented this year at the Model G20?
So I'm from San Salvador, El Salvador. It's a small country in Central America. And this summit, I was able to represent China as the deciding committee.
Fantastic. Okay. What's one fun fact about you?
I think a fun fact about me would be that I speak three languages. I am fluent in English, Spanish, and in French.
Wow, that's very cool. Awesome. What's something you're known for among your friends?
I think they would describe me as the philosopher in the group. I think that I'm always throwing in philosophical questions to create some sort of interesting conversation between us. And I think they would also describe me as curious. I like to bring in these curious topics into our conversations.
Fantastic. What made you interested first in climate change?
So with my family, we always visit this place in El Salvador called Lago de Coatepeque, Lake Coatepeque, and it's this beautiful lake that's a few minutes away from the city, and it's a place where we can really come in and connect with nature. And there's this phenomenon where every year the lake turns into this majestic turquoise color, and it's beautiful. But lately, in recent years, we've noticed that the water levels of the lake have changed drastically, and that there's a lot of decline in biodiversity in the fish you see in the lake, and that there's also the temperatures have changed drastically. And I think that when you witness the effects of climate change within your own community, it's kind of a wake up call that this is a real thing and that there must be some action that you need to take. So I think that was my moment that I realized that I was passionate about this topic.
Hmm. So your concern is close to home. Yeah.
Yes.
Saying that earlier that you have been in the Model G20 Summit and as an active member for 3 years now. What is maybe something that you've noticed that's been different this year than, let's say, previous years at the summit?
I personally love the symposium opportunities. I think that the variety was great. I was able to join the college admissions one, and it was wonderful. I was really able to connect with other students who were going through the same process as me. I was able to learn from what their goals were, where they were going to study, and kind of how the admissions process was for them. So I think that was extremely valuable, especially as a senior. And I know that there were so many other fun topics. So I really like the variety this year.
Mm. Yeah, that's awesome. I also had a chance to listen on some of them, and a few of the symposiums were very, very lively. So,
Yes.
including college admissions too. So, that's great. Would you say that was your favorite part of this year's summit, or was there something else?
100%. But I also love the talent show. I think that I love seeing how creative and how talented other students are from around the world. I love to learn from their skills. And I also love the last day when we as the designing committee we get to judge the policies. And I think that this year I was really impressed by their creativity.
Hmm. Great, that's awesome. Now, I would ask, were there any skills you improved during this summit? But since you've been here a couple of times, is there something where you feel like you are continuously improving over the years, or are there new skills that you learn each time?
I think that public speaking in general, it's something that I've been improving with my years in Model G20. I think the first year I was a sophomore, so it was really kind of intimidating to be moderating as the deciding committee to students who were older than me. But
Mm.
then in junior year, I was getting more comfortable, and then this year it was totally it was way more comfortable, and I think it was very successful for me.
Now, was there anything that surprised you about the summit?
Like I was saying, I think the creativity this year was remarkable. The best example would be there was this policy between China and India. It was between the minister of, I think it was transportation, and it was about the Tibet region in China and the Indian relations. I was really able to see a great show of creativity this year. And also, I think that the passion for climate change this year was really transcended through the policies. It was really cool to watch.
Wow, awesome. Now, as a 12th grader in high school, you're planning to go on to college as your next step. Do you think you'll stay active in any leadership roles in college or maybe even about climate change?
Of course, yes. Climate change has always been of my deep interest, so I think that I'll definitely become part of some clubs that advocate for environmental activities, and I'll definitely try to look for some leadership positions in those. And I also think that like not only in college but also in my community, I'll do my best to stay active in those areas.
And now this question might be a few years out, but do you have maybe a dream job or a type of role that you can see yourself being in post-college?
I think I want to go to law school first, and then once I have to take a job, I think one of my dream jobs has always been being a policymaker in my country. I hope to one day become the president of El Salvador, and I think that's the best way in which I can help my country.
Fantastic. Well, I think, Florence, if there's anyone who can do the job, it's you.
Thank you.
So fabulous. Well, I've got one more quick question for you. If you could give one piece of advice to a future Model G20 student, what would you tell them?
I think it would be, don't underestimate yourself. Although you might think that you're young, this is a great step towards becoming a true change maker, and that your role is crucial in this world, and that um, we are the future, and that Model G20 is a great opportunity where we can start really taking action in big issues like climate change that deserve our attention.
Wonderful. Well, as always, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for being part of Model G20 these years, and we will miss you, but
Yeah.
certainly keep in touch with us.
Thank you. Of course.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you.
we're looking forward to seeing you in the news as El Salvador's president. So,
Hopefully.
yes, yes, we know you can do it. All right. Well, thank you again for your time and take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.